Tonight we report on a Stop the Violence march for murder victim Chris Guerra and why a former county clerk is back in jail. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. The nation's leading shot blocker is dismissed from the University of Washington, and Patriots owner Robert Kraft wants an apology from the NFL. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hello everyone. Patchy fog and cloud cover will persist around our region. Some disturbance towards our west. I'll have all the details for you in just a bit.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on I-Fiber-One News.
From the I-Fiber-One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is I-Fiber-One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is I-Fiber-One News, and it starts now.
A man allegedly offered alcohol to two 14-year-olds, made sexual comments to one of them, stole a car, and later damaged a police car. Marty Archer, a 29-year-old Moses Lake resident, reportedly ran out of gas while driving on South Dynasty Drive and started walking in the area of Moses Lake High School. Archer was reportedly intoxicated and carrying a bottle of liquor when he approached two teenagers. Archer reportedly offered both teenagers alcohol before making sexual comments to a 14-year-old girl and followed them to a home. He was waiting outside as a brother of one of the teenagers left his car running in the driveway. Archer allegedly stole the car and later abandoned it. Archer was arrested and allegedly began to kick the windows from inside the patrol car. He reportedly ignored police commands and was pepper sprayed. Archer allegedly bashed his face against the interior of the car, causing a cut on his head, and defecated in the back seat. Community support for murder victim Chris Guerra and his family has been overwhelming since his death January 18th. His brother spoke with I-Fiber-One News to discuss the support and to remember Chris. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
The Guerra family has been overwhelmed by the support from the community following the death of Chris Guerra. More than $14,000 has been raised on a GoFundMe account from friends and family to local businesses and people the family doesn't know. Chris was shot and killed January 18th outside the Moses Lake Jack-in-the-Box. Chris's older brother, Jabet, spoke with I-Fiber-One News and addressed the support from the community, saying, quote, "He was a big-time family man. Chris had the biggest heart that any 22-year-old could ever have, and all this support we are getting from the community shows how much Chris meant to this town. It's a heartwarming feeling." Jabet said Chris was a very outgoing person who loved to have fun with family and friends. Chris turned 22 on January 18th. The night of January 17th was supposed to be one of those fun times with friends to celebrate his birthday. Chris and his friends were at a bar on West Broadway Avenue when they decided to leave after seeing a dispute allegedly involving Jason Williams, the suspect in the shooting of Chris. A video posted online by a friend who was with Chris when they were at the bar shows them walking on Broadway and making a last-minute decision to stop at Jack-in-the-Box. Chris and his three friends ended up behind Williams and his wife, Martha Mejia, in the drive-thru. Williams and Guerra allegedly began fighting in the drive-thru when Williams grabbed a gun from his vehicle and shot Guerra. A memorial still sits outside the drive-thru at the fast food restaurant. Jabet said he's praying justice will be served for his brother and family. This is Joe Utter reporting for I-Fiber-One News.
A Stop the Violence march for Chris Guerra is planned for Saturday in Moses Lake. The event, co-organized by the groups Stop Gang Violence Movement and Studio Over Streets, will begin at Jack-in-the-Box, where the 22-year-old was shot and killed. According to Moses Lake Police, the shooting was not gang-related, but organizers say the message is still the same: end the violence. The gathering begins at 5 p.m. at Jack-in-the-Box, with the march starting at 5:30 p.m. The plan is for marchers to stop at several landmarks along the way and end at City Hall for a balloon release. A 2-hour meeting on a proposed $1 surcharge for the Gorge Amphitheater was held Monday, but no decisions were made. Reporter Cameron Probert has more details.
Another round of discussions is expected to follow a 2-hour-long meeting about the proposed $1 ticket surcharge for the Gorge Amphitheater. Representatives from the City of Quincy, the Quincy Valley Medical Center, Grant County Fire District 3, and Live Nation met with the Grant County Commissioners Monday morning after the commissioners opposed a bill presently in the state legislature. The bill would allow county commissioners to add a $1 surcharge to all tickets sold at rural amphitheaters. The money would go to hospital and fire districts serving the amphitheaters. The commissioners are opposing the surcharge because they feel the issues can be handled locally. Hospital officials stated a portion of their bad debt comes from concert goers and should be the responsibility of the venue. The various groups agreed to meet again to discuss possible solutions that didn't involve the surcharge. For iFiber1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break. We'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello everyone, I'm Chaselyn Rodriguez from your One News Weather Center, brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Patchy fog continues through the week around our area with above average temperatures for this time of year. Cloud cover will persist within the next few days. High pressure system will remain in control around our region within the next few days. Now the next chance for precipitation may come through Sunday into the beginning of the work week. In the meantime, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at the almanac within the past 24 hours. We started off with temperatures in the lower 30s. The average should be in the lower 20s for this time of year, and maximum temperatures in the mid-40s above the normal for this time of year should be in the upper 30s. Record high of 54 degrees in 1984, sunset at 4:52 p.m. And for Moses Lake, very similar conditions and temperatures. Maximum temperatures in the mid-40s and the low in the lower 30s, sunsets at 4:52 p.m. And right now outside your door, our current temperatures in the lower 40s, mostly cloudy skies with those winds coming in pretty calmly from the north up to 4 miles per hour. Lots of cloud cover around the region, around our area, in towards the inland northwest. Patchy fog along with lots of cloud cover. Some precipitation may be possible along the coastal area and towards the Cascade. Well, our area, we're expecting dry conditions within the next few days. And coming into Thursday, the drier conditions will remain in control for our state with partly to mostly cloudy skies, especially towards the northern parts of our state. It will remain mostly cloudy skies. In the meantime, those maximum temperatures towards the coastal area from the upper 40s to lower 50s, Olympia 53 degrees, towards the Yakima Valley in the lower 50s as well with mostly cloudy skies, and towards the inland northwest, temperatures from the upper 30s to lower 40s. Let's take a look at those conditions and temperatures around our Columbia Basin. Temperatures ranging from the upper 30s to the lower 40s with mostly cloudy skies, and those clouds will remain around our area within the next few days. And let's go ahead and take a look at the extended forecast for the week. Temperatures remain above the normal for this time of year with within the next few days, around 5 to 8 degrees above normal. 44 for Wednesday with mostly cloudy skies. We may see a break in clouds for Thursday, but those cloud covers, especially for the weekend, will remain in control around our area, as well as those temperatures above the normal for this time of year. This segment was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Now back to sports.
What better way to start the new year than in a new Toyota? We're making it easier than ever with 3 ways to save. Your choice of financing as low as 0%, up to $2,500 in customer cash back, or low payment leases on your favorite Toyota model, like RAV4, now just $199 per month. Just pick your favorite Toyota, the best savings options for you, and drive away. It's that easy, so start your year right. For full details, see any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Przemek Karnowski and Gary Bell Jr. scored 13 points each, and number 3 Gonzaga routed Pacific 91-60. The lopsided victory extends the nation's longest home win streak to 36 games. Silas Melson added 12 points and Byron Wesley 11 for Gonzaga, which is off to the best start in program history. The Zags have won 13 consecutive games since their only loss at number 7 Arizona in overtime. Gonzaga is back on the hardwood Thursday for a home game with Portland. Dakari Tucker scored a career-high 19 points. Brandon Taylor added 14, and number 12 Utah beat Washington 77-56. Tucker and Taylor combined to make 8 3-pointers to give the Utes their 15th straight victory dating to last season. Andrew Andrews had 19 points to lead the Huskies. Robert Upshaw chipped in 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 blocks for Washington, which had its 3-game win streak snapped. The Huskies suffered another big loss after the game. Star center Robert Upshaw was cut from the team. The nation's leading shot blocker was dismissed from the program for a violation of team rules. ESPN reports Upshaw failed multiple drug tests at Washington. It's a big blow for the Huskies. The Dogs are trying to make it back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 4 years. The Mariners are still making moves this offseason. With spring training not too far away, the M's are starting to build up their depth. Seattle has signed outfielders Andy Chavez and Franklin Gutierrez to minor league contracts. Chavez played in 80 games for the M's last year, batting .276 with 12 doubles. Goody hasn't played in the big leagues since 2013. Multiple health issues have hampered his playing time. If Goody can stay healthy, he could be a valuable asset for the M's, but it's hard to depend on a guy who's only played in 173 games the past 3 seasons combined. But distractions have always been a part of the hype leading up to the Super Bowl. One in particular for Super Bowl 49 between the Hawks and Patriots. Inflategate has Pats owner Robert Kraft looking for restitution from the NFL.
Many jumped to conclusions and made strong accusations against our coach, quarterback, and staff, questioning the integrity of all involved. If the Wells investigation is not able to definitively determine that our organization tampered with the air pressure in the footballs, I would expect and hope that the league would apologize to our entire team, and in particular, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady, for what they have had to endure this past week.
The findings of the investigation are expected to be released a couple of weeks after the Super Bowl has been concluded. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Grant Elementary School Science Fair in Ephrata, where about 50 students showed off their projects. Reporter Jeff Chu was there and has the story.
That's right, it's an electrified pickle that glows. The Power Pickle was a big hit at the recent Grant Elementary School Science Fair in Ephrata. The kids also went wild for Moses Lake High School science teacher Greg Becker's liquid nitrogen demonstration. He dipped and shrank balloons in a bubbling bowl of the fluid that is hundreds of degrees below freezing. He then removed the balloons, which magically reinflated. Then for grins, he showed the effects of liquid nitrogen on a flower. It wasn't pretty. Back in the school's packed gym, fourth grader Alexis Park was showing how the salty liquid in a pickle conducts electricity and lights up.
With the juice inside, with the salt water, it makes it light up because there's wires that make the pickle light up. We were gonna do an egg drop, but then my dad said, how about a pickle turning into a light?
Second grader Mason Coffey made his own lava lamp. He described how his science project works.
When you put Alka-Seltzer in it, it makes a reaction in the water, and then the water goes up in little bubbles and then falls back down when it's done.
Second grader Hannah Downer talked about her experiment with air and water.
So, this is the water and this is the air, and then this is already gone. If I pour this into here, and then if I clip it here, then it will stop the water.
Becky Yanni, Grant Elementary Parent-Teacher Organization Vice President, who led the event's planning, said the fair is all about getting girls and boys interested in science.
It's K through 4, and we have each of our, we have 13 people who are science, in the science industry in various ways. Several science teachers from the Ephrata School District, one from Big Bend, John Peterson came from Big Bend, and my husband, he's an optometrist, he came, Dr. Bedford, he's a chiropractor, so we had Anita Waller. They interview each kid and give them feedback, and the students talk to them about their project, and then they get a ribbon, and then we just encourage them to be interested in science.
About 50 young scientists were involved in projects.
The science fair really depends on parents to spend time at home doing the science. It's a big job to do a science fair project with your kid. It takes a lot of time, and everybody's busy, and so, but it's a neat opportunity for kids.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
And we'll be right back after this.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. A teenager was shot early Saturday morning in Moses Lake. Moses Lake police received reports of shots fired at a home in the area of West Peninsula Drive. While responding to the call, staff at Samaritan Hospital reported a 17-year-old boy was being treated for non-life-threatening wounds from a shotgun. According to Moses Lake police on Monday, the boy was reportedly outside the home when he was shot in the arm. Witnesses reported two men in a dark-colored pickup truck were seen fleeing the 2500 block of West Peninsula Drive. The victim was uncooperative with police. A former Grant County clerk is back in jail. Prosecutors charged Kenneth Coons, a 61-year-old Moses Lake man, in Grant County Superior Court with possession of methamphetamine. Moses Lake police officers responded to a report that Coons was trespassing at his former home on Laguna Drive on January 20th. Police barred people from entering the residence on January 19th because the water had been shut off. According to Moses Lake police, an officer found Coons outside. When the officer arrested Coons for trespassing, he allegedly found a small plastic bag with methamphetamine in his wallet. Coons was elected as county clerk in 1998 and served 2 terms in the office. Moses Lake School District Director of Finance, Mark Johnson, and his wife are retiring. Johnson spent 26 years with the district in several administrative roles, including serving as assistant principal and principal at Frontier Middle School, Chief Moses Middle School, and Moses Lake High School. In 2011, he succeeded Monty Riedel as Director of Finance. Johnson's wife, Karen, is also retiring as an instructional coach at Larson Heights Elementary School at the end of the year. Mark Johnson said it's nice they can step down together and spend more time with their grandchildren. The district has not stated when they will begin the process of finding his successor. In Northwest news, surveillance video shows a man being run over by a truck. The Oregon man is thankful to still be alive. Reporter Chris Holmstrom explains why the driver wasn't even charged.
You're looking at surveillance video from Friday afternoon. You can see Travis Roberts working on this manhole when all of a sudden a pickup truck hits a cone and runs right over him.
I couldn't put it together that it actually happened. I was just in shock and startled.
2 days later, Roberts still in extreme pain, suffering from a fractured rib, muscle pains, and road rash.
How I feel now looking at it, just amazed that I'm sitting here.
You're alive.
Yeah, alive, not worse off, not paralyzed. I get to come home and see my wife and kids.
But the question remains, just how is it possible for this driver to run right into him, especially with all the precautions he had up?
I had the truck backed up to me to kind of use that as a barricade, and then cones around me at a radius, just enough room for one car to pass through.
But it wasn't enough for this driver to see. I checked and found out the driver was not cited. In fact, according to Washington County Sheriff's deputies, since this happened on private property and the driver stopped and has insurance, it's unlikely the driver will get a ticket for reckless driving. Regardless, this family is thankful this was only a near-death experience. They understand it could have been much worse, and now they're hoping to share this story to bring awareness to drivers.
Mostly I want people to be aware of their surroundings and, to be cautious of everything. And there's no need to be in a giant rush for everything.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.